They're all Europeans. Every last one. No matter the accent, the flag, the anthem, or the mascot. It's the same tired settler formula, playing out like a rerun nobody asked for. America is just Europe with a gun fetish. Canada is just Europe with frostbite. Australia is just Europe with sunstroke. South Africa is just Europe with a safari brochure. And Israel. Israel is Europe in desert cosplay. A colonial theme park plopped into the Middle East, complete with armed settlers, stolen holy sites, and a brochure claiming since the dawn of time in 12-point Times New Roman. It doesn't matter where you drop them. They drag Europe with them like a virus that survives every climate. Drop them in the tropics. They'll get sunburned, plant sugarcane, and import enslaved labor. Drop them in the tundra. They'll claim the ice in the name of the crown and die of scurvy. Drop them in Palestine. They'll bulldoze olive trees, put up concrete walls, and call it security. Same script, different background. Israel tries to sell itself as ancient, but it's as European as fish and chips. The infrastructure, the military hierarchy, the parliamentary system, the passports, the borders, all stamped with the fingerprints of London, Paris, and Berlin. The settlers speak European languages at home, read European philosophy in school, and enforce European racial hierarchies on indigenous soil. It's not a rebirth of a biblical kingdom. It's just Europe squatting in a different time zone. And all of these settler states, without exception, have the same personality disorder. They pretend to be independent, yet cling to Europe's culture like a toddler to a pacifier. They'll reject the crown while keeping its laws, its property systems, its religions, and its social hierarchies. They'll claim to be innovative while still measuring their success in European terms. GDP, parliamentary seats, Nobel Prizes. Every new nation is just a European franchise with slightly altered menu items. The branding changes, but the core remains. America swapped castles for skyscrapers. Canada swapped tea for Tim Hortons. Australia swapped fox hunting for kangaroo culling. Israel swapped foggy hills for arid plains. But the logic is identical. The land was theirs before they arrived. False. The indigenous don't count. Lie. The violence is always justified. Propaganda. When they gather, it's like a family reunion nobody else wanted to attend. White cousins from across the globe patting each other on the back for surviving in territories they never belonged to. America will brag about its military. Israel will brag about its resilience. Australia will brag about its beaches. Canada will brag about its healthcare. But it's all settler PR, polished until it shines over the mass graves. And the pettiest part, they all act like their version of settlerism is the better one. America calls Canada soft. Canada calls America violent. Australia calls Britain uptight. Britain calls Australia uncivilized, which is true. Israel calls everyone else naive. But it's the same song in different keys. The same European arrogance, rewritten for regional flavor. They'll bicker over who grills the better meat, while standing ankle deep in stolen soil. At the end of the day, you could swap their leaders, their flags, their capitals, and nothing would change. Put the American president in Ottawa, the Australian PM in Tel Aviv, the Israeli PM in Canberra, and the Canadian PM in Washington. They'd still run the same playbook. Protect settler dominance, erase indigenous existence, and pretend it's progress. You can paint over it, repackage it, ship it to another continent, but every settler state still smells like Europe after a long boat ride. Moldy, self-righteous, and convinced the whole world should speak its language. Cope.